Hey, Facts, homie, man. We're back with another episode, man. You know we had to come discuss if the NBA should resume or not.
Hey, fuck Kyrie. Bron getting his fourth chip this year.
Before this episode starts, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you go check out our past videos. We've been on fire lately, but we're not gonna waste no more time. Let's get straight into it.
Carrie's saying like the NBA shouldn't resume because like NBA is a popular thing. So like if it resumes, everyone's gonna stop talking about like the protests and all the stuff of that nature and things like that.
Honestly, I feel like the NBA should resume. Already seeing people kind of lose focus and lose track because more people are outside getting together, shaking their ass, having parties and stuff like that, right? The reason why I say the NBA should resume is strictly because of the platform. More people gonna watch the NBA more than ever probably because that's probably gonna be the only entertainment we got, right? Kaepernick didn't have that NFL platform, he wouldn't have made the same impact. The NBA come back, right, and everybody is watching them, and they keep pushing this Black Lives Movement, and they on their hard body, and they just don't get back to, well, I'm just focused on my team, and we're just playing basketball, and they actually keep this shit going. You know how many more eyes is gonna open up? Because everybody is still not aware. It's a lot of people out there that's still not aware. Like, they know, but they don't know.
Definitely brought some good points, but I feel like the weakest one is just the awareness. It's like you see the NFL stop doing the breast cancer awareness. Like, who's not aware of breast cancer? You know what I'm saying? There's nobody around right now that's not aware of the situation that's going on. So the NBA is not going to be able to bring awareness. They're going to wear the I Can't Breathe t-shirts. What is that going to do?
That's not a... But,
like,
go ahead.
That's a small point. Like, all right, really, like, what is really going to do? Like you said, the platform is huge. More people than ever probably watch it. People are going to be distracted. But let's say they kill a dude today. Today. We're not going... And it's Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. We're not going outside to protest. Like Lou had a quote. He pretty much said what I just said. He was like, dudes are not going to be distracted from the protests and all that stuff. And because the NBA is so prominent. Everybody loves that. Who don't like the NBA? So it's going to be taken away from it. So like, I personally agree with Kyrie saying, a lot of people saying Kyrie's statement doesn't hold weight. I understand, like, all right, his team's not in the playoffs, obviously, so it's his long-term career isn't as effective as someone like LeBron. But, I mean, I got to take a man for his word. It is what it is. Obviously, let's say it was 2016, he about to go in the finals, and he said that obviously it will hold more weight because he's more involved. But, like, at the end of the day, man, I got to take a man at his word. Dwight Howard came out and said he agreed with Kyrie. He said his lifelong dream is to win a chip, but he'll rather see his people prevail and stuff like that than win a trip. And I personally believe the same thing because, like, and the idea of, like, yo, people is already starting to lose traction, so we might as well, you know, move on to NBA. That's just giving up. Like, I'm not trying to give up on all that. I'm not in all that.
No, hell nah. I'm not talking about, no, take the focus off. Not, what I'm saying is this, right? The NBA players, if they really on that Black Lives Matter, police brutality, then they could make a big difference with this platform. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh yeah, the NBA is back, so let's stop. First off, that's ignorant. If you know me, I'm not, what? We gonna ride to the death, dog. We riding to the death. So it's none of that. But what I'm saying is Muhammad Ali, if Muhammad Ali wasn't champion of the world, he wouldn't be able to do what he was doing for his people. A lot of people that didn't even care about his activism, they just loved him for his boxing. They came in and said, damn, okay, he actually saying something. If Tupac didn't have the platform he had, he wouldn't be able to hit the same way because his music wouldn't reach the same amount of people. Players use it the right way, they can make a bigger difference. But if they just playing basketball and they don't bring it up no more, or they just wearing shirts and they're not saying nothing no more, or they're not out there with their communities or whatever, then yeah, I don't want the NBA to come back. It's a waste of time. But if they using that platform for what it is, I'm all for the NBA coming back.
Use their platform. The commissioner with all that shit, like, he wants you to use your voice, which I feel like LeBron gonna do. He not just saying that for his only, like, for his benefit. Like, he about to use. He been doing it for the past fucking forever.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm saying, like, people gonna follow his footsteps. So I'm cool with the NBA coming back.
The NBA needs to be on hold. We need to hold the sense of normalcy hostage for as long as possible. Giving back normalcy, you know, the NBA parties, you know, just things that happen in normal everyday life is literally giving up, and is going to take away from the message. You know, being disruptive has got us so far. Riots, looting, protests, shutting down streets, businesses. That's being disruptive. That's disruption. You know, going back to work or going back to your hobbies and saying Black Lives Matter, putting on a shirt, raising your fist, that's not disruptive. Now, that is spreading the message, but at the end of the day, that's not going to be enough.
What?
Refusing to go back to work refusing to go back to entertaining is a much more powerful stance. And that's going to force these organizations to figure out what else can we do. Because I promise you that when, you know, NBA players go back to playing basketball, NFL players go back to playing football, you know, NASCAR, golf, whatever, those organizations are going to relax. And they're going to go back to, you know, whatever they were doing before, and it's going to be business as usual. If those players continue to hold out, those TV networks are going to be hurt financially when they can't run their ads, when they can't run their advertisements, when the commercial breaks can't happen, when there's no more Kia halftime show. So when those things don't happen, they're going to figure out, damn, what the hell can we do to get these people back to work? How can we work with congressmen and senators and mayors to help these people feel like enough has been done to where they feel comfortable enough to go back to work?
You're a goofy if the NBA coming back stops you from continuing to do what you're doing for Black Lives Matter and police brutality. Because there's no way, if it's really that deep in your heart, you're like, well, the game coming on at 8, so now I'm not doing nothing.
Deep in niggas'
No, I'm saying, so if it's not deep in your heart and you let the NBA distract you, you was a fraud. You was never with us, and you need to really get the fuck on. And that's really how I feel. Because there's no way I'm waking up every day and I'm like, yo, man, Black Lives Matter, and I'm riding. I'm out there and I'm riding, I'm doing this, I'm helping my brother, I'm helping my sister. And all because a basketball game is on now, I'm gonna just lose track of that. That means you was a fraud, you was never with us, and thank you that you can get the fuck on, right? And my thing is this, these people still have a job. A lot of people are not gonna say, well, I'm not going to work today because I wanna mess up the economy or whatever. No, what it is I want them NBA players to go to work. I want them to get that money. My thing is get the money. I want everybody to go back to work so we can get this money and really start allocating this money right. You got people in Australia marching for us, marching for our plights in America. We got their attention. Now, let's keep riding on that. Let's keep their attention. But now, it's time to start flipping the camera back on us as far as saying, like, all right, bro, how you gonna help your brother? How you gonna help your sister? How you gonna help your people?
You think LeBron would be acting, like, let's say it was last year, he was out the playoffs, you think he'll be saying, like, we should continue on with the league? Or you think he would take a different stance?
I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like he just wouldn't say anything. But still, if the league were to start because of other players having a voice and saying they wanted to start, he's gonna use his platform while he's on the sideline even more.
I personally, like, I'm not gonna look at someone's, like, individual situation and be like, for this whole life to be in the position he is right now, for his legacy or whatever, I'm not gonna fault him for wanting to play. And then at the same time, I'm not gonna fault Carrie for not being out the playoffs and saying, yo, I wanna move for something else. Like, not everybody's Muhammad Ali, not everybody's Kaepernick. But at the end of the day, that doesn't change the fact that I personally believe if the NBA comes back, it's just gonna reel back so many things. All right, Twitter is a pretty big social media and information news outlet. If you look at Twitter already, you're already seeing less protest videos. You're already seeing less Black Lives Matter things. People saying it's the acronym, all that. Regardless, you're seeing less. So if you're already seeing less, imagine the NBA come on. It's highlights on top of highlights. It's distractions on top of distractions. We're already pushing the Black Lives Matter movement behind us. So you bring the NBA, something that's a very popular. Trust me, I wanted it back too. I'm trying to watch basketball, but at the end of the day, you bring that shit back, it's gonna put all this to the back burner. I promise you.
Everything gonna go to the back burner once the economy open back up. I'm telling you.
So that's why we gotta focus while we can. We gotta prolong as long as we can.
The season is not starting until the motherfucking August. By August, I promise you, niggas gonna be back working.
Mass media is critical. Right now, if you go on Twitter, 80% of hashtags are going to be Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Minneapolis, etc. Those things are important. Right now, you can't escape it. When Minneapolis is rioting and burning, in Atlanta, New York, etc., everyone's able to tune into CNN and watch live as these things happen. And these things started conversation. So when there's no sports and nothing else going on, everyone's attention is focused on this. People were able to have real discussions. But when sports comes back, and game 6 of the finals are on, and 30 million people are watching the finals, people are not watching CNN or their local news station. People aren't on Twitter clicking on the, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery hashtags. People are watching, the dunks, the highlights, Sports Center, Complex, etc. So right now, when we're all sitting at home, and we have the time and the energy to focus and donate money and have these tough conversations, we got to take advantage of the time we had.
How much more time do you think realistically we have up until?
I don't know how much time we have left, but we need to use every second we can grab people's attention. Every minute is important. Every hashtag counts. Every video of police brutality counts. I believe it's on the players in the NBA to say, I will take a sacrifice for this cause. Because right now, everyone's taking a sacrifice. Everyone needs to lose out on something and willing to take a stand. Kyrie said, I'm willing to, lose everything and put everything at risk for this. Kaepernick said, I'm willing to lose everything and put everything at risk for this.
You can't compare Kyrie and Kaepernick, bro, at all. You can't put those names together at all. Kyrie had nothing to lose at all. He wasn't about to win a chip. He's not even 100% healthy. KD not coming back. He's not getting no benefit from it, I promise.
I just feel like it's a powerful statement to say, I'm willing to not do something that I've always wanted to do, that I've worked hard for, to see my people prosper. And again, LeBron has the right to want to play basketball because that's what he's done all his life. But LeBron is also the face of the NBA. LeBron talks all these things. He's built schools, he has documentaries, And right now, when they say you could possibly not win another championship or not make as much money when you usually do, if you take the stance and say, I'm okay with that because I'm fighting for a cause that I've said I believe in, that is the definition of putting your money where your mouth is.
Would y'all rather get the money the NBA gives them, Nike, Adidas, whatever, right? Gives them, and actually give out shit that are tangible to the community, or lose out on that bread and just say, all right, cool, but at least I said I'm not playing though.
This is what I would personally do if I was LeBron. Good recommendation. Like, I feel like if LeBron came out and said, yo, I'm not playing another game until they arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, there would be huge pressure. Every media outlet, CNN, everybody's, yo, LeBron's taking a stand, LeBron's not playing, da-da-da. Like you said, the season's not until 2 months. So you got 2 months to call my bluff. If 2 months come and nothing changes, he decided to go back and play basketball, all right, regardless, he put that pressure on for 2 months. He's like, yo, LeBron's taking a stance, It would pretty much be like, all right, so the league if LeBron said he's not coming back, the league not coming back. Just like Pat Bev said, yo, if LeBron said we playing. If he said we not playing, then we not playing. So, like, that's how impactful he is. So
that's another thing, though. Like, I think we was talking about this the other day. The NBA, strictly black viewers, mostly, not strictly, majority,
large percentage
is black viewers. So how much? That's why I was asking Clay. How much of an impact would the NBA players really stop and make? You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, oh my God, the NBA stopped. Trump don't give a fuck.
The Kia halftime show, the Lexus halftime show, advertisements. Again, when those things can't air, it's gonna put pressure on those corporations because they lost revenue because the NBA players don't want to come back. And the United States is a capitalist society. It's ran by conglomerates, monopolies, big business. So when they start making calls like, yo, we got to get this under control because I need my ads to run. I'm not making money when my ads don't run. When people don't see LeBron doing windmill ducks in his Nikes, we don't get that revenue. We don't get the clicks. People are online buying jerseys. When they realize, yo, that's messing up the money, they're going to make calls to these senators and be like, yo, I lobbied for you in 2010 when blah, 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 blah. I need you to make this happen. I need you to put pressure on, the mayor of Louisville to arrest Breonna Taylor's, murderers. The cops that murdered her. When LeBron, he's tied into so much business. When he takes a stand, these businesses have to back him up. And they have to figure out what he needs. What is his demand? What is he asking for? Because the NBA players are saying, let's not go back because it's going to be a distraction. But I guarantee you, if tomorrow, just like that, every police officer murdered a black man in the last month or 2 months was suddenly being arrested, cases were being reopened, and they started to make progress, they will go back. So I think that taking that stance is putting pressure, and pressure needs to be applied.
Honing on your point, or rather give the players their money so they can, let's call it a spade. A lot of these dudes, they're not LeBron. A lot of these dudes are not Chris Paul. They don't take care of
90% of them dudes. It's not LeBron.
I'm not even talking
about talking about talent. We talk about the
money. They don't take care of their community. A lot of these dudes don't put money back. Like, let's call it what it is. A lot of these dudes don't give back to their community and stuff like that. So, like, me, not so worried about if they miss out on a little money to pimp out their Bentley. I'm sorry.
Man, if the NBA players is coming back to make a difference with that NBA platform, which is touching damn near every country in the world, I'm all for it. If they coming back to just play basketball and act like, you know what I'm saying, go back to normal like this don't exist, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Forget the season, F the season, all that. But like I said, man, the biggest way to make a difference is to have a platform. If you got a platform, it's on you what you do with your platform.
Look, man, I know my man Alec wants to see Braun win that chip more than anything. These niggas could die on these streets before LeBron not get that chip. And a lot of these dudes,
about that.
Yeah, like my biggest thing is the media impact. Even literally nobody has anything to talk about. You see all these sports, I'm like, bro, why are these sports shows still airing, making episodes? They talking about the issues. So they gonna go from talking about the issues to talking about why Kuzma needs to get traded and stuff like that. So it's literally everything with Twitter. It's not on Twitter. It's not on Twitter. Like the Black Lives, you've seen it less and less on Twitter. So if the NBA resumes, it's so powerful, bro. The NBA is so powerful. I don't think people realize how powerful and impactful it is worldwide. So LeBron dunking is gonna be on every highlight trick. They're already trying to push this to the back of our head. So we gotta keep the pressure on, like we're saying. And like I said, I focus on LeBron a lot because at the end of the day, hate him or love him, like LeBron is the most impactful dude in the NBA. So if he says something, people are gonna, you know what I'm saying, fall in line. So like I said with my earlier proposal, if he came out and said, yo, I'm not playing, like he got 2 months to call my bluff. Even if you turn around and come play that game in 2 months, you put 2 months of put on pressure, yo, arrest those cops or I'm not playing. If Kyrie say he's willing to die for it, he didn't say that. If Kyrie say he's willing to risk everything, let's pretty much say that, risk everything for this cause, I'm gonna believe a man. I'm gonna believe a man on the stance. If you think his circumstance allows him to say that, then that's in your opinion. But
final thoughts, Kyrie starting this movement. I think I can't take it as serious because he's a drama queen. Like just look at his history, his repertoire. Like. But like Kaja said, if LeBron did something like that, it would be definitely powerful. But again, in 2 months, I think everything is gonna be back up and running, and that's just the reality of it. Like I don't want it to happen, but that's. Now look, if the NBA is by themselves and they the only one with entertainment, I still stand with that because they the only one being broadcasted. And I know some of these players are still going to try to make a difference.
Final thoughts. It's time for LeBron and anyone else, any other high celebrity to put their money where their mouth is. It's easy to take a stance when, taking your stance isn't going to impact your revenue, your wealth, your fame, etc. But if LeBron says he's not playing basketball, obviously that may have some impact on his revenue and, his titles, his accolades, and things like that. So when he's willing to put that into jeopardy, I think, that's taking a huge stand, putting himself in harm's way to stand there for injustice.